Hey Scorpio, the recent lunar eclipse has shaken the spiritual world, and this message is for you. If you're ready to unlock blessings, avoid hidden traps, and step boldly into your divine destiny, stay tuned. This could be the spiritual breakthrough you've been waiting for. Scorpio, listen to me closely. The recent lunar eclipse has cracked open a cosmic doorway that is unlike anything we've seen this year. Right now, the universe is whispering something to you directly, something that could change your life if you're willing to hear it. This is not just another horoscope reading or casual astrology forecast. This is a wake-up call from the divine, a spiritual alert meant for you. If you're a Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, or even have strong Scorpio placements in your chart, this message is your spiritual GPS, guiding you through one of the most transformational moments you will ever face. Now, I know you're feeling this energy. There's a shift in your spirit. Maybe you've been restless. Maybe emotional waves have been hitting you harder than usual. Or maybe you've been questioning why certain relationships or opportunities feel unstable. It's because the eclipse energy is shaking things up, revealing truths, and preparing to elevate you to a new level of spiritual and emotional maturity. But here's where I need you to pay close attention, Scorpio. There is one mistake that could cost you everything. Yes, everything. Your blessings, your breakthroughs, your opportunities, even the favor of God that is waiting to be poured into your life. This mistake is subtle, but it's powerful. It's something many Scorpios are about to do out of habit, out of fear, or out of sheer stubbornness. And if you fall into this trap, you risk closing the door to what the universe is trying to bring to you right now. This is why I had to create this message for you, because your next step is critical. The energy after a lunar eclipse is intense, emotional, and full of opportunities for transformation. But if you're not careful, you can sabotage yourself. That's why this is not a video to casually watch in the background. This is a spiritual download. This is guidance meant to protect you, guide you, and empower you to step into alignment with God's plan for your life. So here's what I want you to do. Take a deep breath, Scorpio. Sit with me in this energy for a moment. You're here for a reason. You clicked this video because your spirit led you here. The divine is speaking to you through signs, through synchronicities, through that little voice in your heart that says, pay attention. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will not only understand what this lunar eclipse truly means for you, but you'll also know exactly what to avoid, what to release, and what actions to take so that your next chapter becomes a season of favor, abundance, and spiritual growth. Scorpio, you are not an ordinary soul. You are a sign of power, rebirth, and spiritual depth. The energy of this eclipse is tailor-made for transformation, but transformation is never easy. It asks you to let go, to trust, and to step into the unknown. And I know how hard that is, especially for a Scorpio whose instinct is to control, to dig deeper, and to hold on tight. But what if I told you that letting go is the key to unlocking your blessings? This is your divine invitation. This is your sign. So if you're ready to align yourself with God's timing and step into the destiny that was written in the stars for you, stay right here, because I'm about to reveal something that could change the entire trajectory of your life after this eclipse. Scorpio, are you ready to receive this message? Let's dive in. Let's take a moment to really unpack what this recent lunar eclipse means, especially for Scorpio. Lunar eclipses aren't just a pretty celestial event. They're cosmic turning points. Spiritually, they are emotional resets. They're like the universe grabbing a giant broom and sweeping away everything that no longer serves your highest good. And for Scorpio, a sign already known for rebirth, transformation, and deep spiritual wisdom. This energy feels even more intense. You see, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, and Mars, the planet of drive and passion. That means you naturally live in the depths. You're not afraid to explore what's hidden, to face shadows, to question life's mysteries. When a lunar eclipse happens, especially if it activates your sign, it's like pressing a reset button on your soul's journey. Everything you've been burying or avoiding is being brought to the surface, not to harm you, but to free you. Right now, many Scorpios are feeling a mix of emotions: anxiety, anticipation, restlessness, and even a strides as if something big is shifting behind the scenes. And you're not wrong. This is a spiritual checkpoint. The divine is asking you a powerful question. Ange sense of destiny calling you forward. Will you trust me enough to release what I'm removing from your life so I can replace it with something better? That's the key here. This isn't just astrology. This is spiritual alignment. Astrology is simply a language the universe uses to communicate. God, spirit, the divine, whatever you call that higher power, is using this lunar eclipse to guide you. This isn't about fear, it's about freedom. You might have noticed certain relationships feeling shaky, or jobs that once felt secure now feeling unstable. You might be experiencing intense dreams, heightened intuition, or a sense of déjà vu. These are all signs that your spiritual frequency is being recalibrated. What feels like chaos is actually divine order at work. But here's where Scorpio energy gets tested. Your natural instinct is to control outcomes. You hold on tight because you love deeply and you fear betrayal or abandonment. You're a fixed water sign, meaning you crave emotional security, even if it comes from situations that no longer serve your highest good. That's why this eclipse feels so intense. It's pushing you out of your comfort zone, asking you to surrender control and trust in God's plan. Think of this eclipse as a spiritual detox. Everything bubbling up right now, old emotions, regrets, heartbreaks, fears, is coming up to be released. This is spiritual cleansing at its highest level. The emotions you're feeling aren't random. They are divine messages from your higher self, from your ancestors, from God, all whispering the same thing. You are ready for more. It's time to rise. Scorpio, I need you to understand something important. You're not losing anything. You're being positioned. The universe never takes something away without preparing something better. Sometimes, you don't see the blessing right away because it's still being formed in the unseen. But this is where faith comes in. This is where you choose to believe that everything happening right now is part of your soul's growth. So lean into trust. Lean into prayer. Lean into discernment. Let yourself grieve what's leaving, but don't cling to it. This eclipse is your spiritual initiation. It's the doorway into a higher version of yourself. What comes after this is up to you. But if you align with this energy, Scorpio, you are about to rise in ways you've never imagined. This is where things get real, Scorpio. I need you to lean in and hear this with your whole heart, because this part of the message could literally change your life. The number one mistake Scorpios are tempted to make right now, especially in this powerful post-eclipse energy, is this: holding on to what God has already closed the door on. That might sound simple, but it's one of the hardest spiritual lessons for a Scorpio to learn. You're deeply loyal. You're intense. You're passionate. When you love all the way. When you commit to something, whether it's a job, a friendship, a relationship, or even a belief system, you don't just dip your toe in, you dive in head first. That's part of your gift, Scorpio. It's what makes you magnetic. But here's the challenge. That same loyalty and passion can become a prison if you're holding on to something that God is asking you to release. Let me break it down. Maybe you're clinging to a relationship that no longer brings you peace. Maybe you're staying in a job that drains your energy because you fear the unknown. Or maybe, and this one cuts deep, you're holding on to old wounds, grudges, or stories about yourself that no longer serve your future. That's spiritual baggage. And right now, Spirit is asking you to drop the weight. I want you to imagine this. You're carrying a massive bag filled with rocks. These rocks represent pain, betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment, fear. And there's God standing right in front of you with a beautifully wrapped gift, a blessing that's meant just for you. But you can't grab it because your hands are full. You can't step into this next level of your destiny because you're too weighed down by what's already over. That's what happens when you refuse to let go. The lunar eclipse energy is designed to set you free. It's cutting cords that have been draining your soul for years. But here's the catch. Freedom requires participation. You have to be willing to put down the bag. You have to choose to trust that what's being removed from your life is part of a bigger plan. So many Scorpios are tempted to chase after what God has already taken away. Maybe someone ghosted you, betrayed you, or simply walked away. It hurts, I know. But listen, their exit was divine protection. Maybe a door slammed shut unexpectedly. A job didn't work out. A plan fell apart, or a friendship ended. That was divine intervention. Stop begging for what isn't meant to stay. Stop trying to resurrect what Spirit has buried. Instead, this is your moment to align, to step into prayer, meditation, or whatever spiritual practice centers your soul. This is your moment to affirm your worth every single day. Look in the mirror and declare, I trust God's plan for my life. I release what no longer serves me. When you do that, you shift your energy from fear to faith, and that's when miracles happen. Scorpio, your blessings are not gone. They are waiting for you to get in position. Right now, God is saying, let it go so I can show you what I've been preparing. If you've been crying, feeling lost, or questioning your path, this is your confirmation. It's time to release. The only thing standing between you and the abundance you've been praying for is your willingness to trust God fully. The moment you release control, watch how fast your life begins to transform. This is your breakthrough season, Scorpio. Don't let the weight of the past hold you back from your divine future. Now that you fully understand the powerful energy surrounding this lunar eclipse, and you know the trap to avoid, let's focus on the exciting part. How to align yourself with divine blessings and start manifesting miracles. Because here's the truth, Scorpio. This eclipse isn't here to punish you. It's here to position you. You've gone through enough cycles of pain, loss, and struggle. This is your season to rise, but you have to align your spirit with what God is doing. The very first step is this: make space. And I mean that in every sense. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. If your home is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. If your heart is full of old pain, there's no room for new love. This is the perfect time to do a spiritual house cleaning. Start with your environment, clear out that closet, reorganize your space, and release items that no longer carry positive energy. As you let go of physical clutter, you're symbolically telling the universe, I am ready for something new. But this isn't just about your home. It's about your inner world. Let go of grudges, resentment, and old narratives that no longer serve you. Write them down in a journal and then release them. Rip the page out. Burn it safely. Or simply say, I release this. Scorpio, the energy you're holding on to is either building your blessings or blocking them. Choose release. The second step is to strengthen your spiritual connection, whatever your practice is. Prayer, meditation, journaling, breath work, or simply sitting in nature, make it a daily non-negotiable. Right now, after this eclipse, your intuition is heightened. You are receiving spiritual downloads, but you can only hear them if you create stillness. Start your mornings with intentional time with God. Light a candle, breathe deeply, and set the tone for your day with prayer or affirmations. Speak gratitude for what's coming, even before it arrives. Gratitude is a magnet for miracles. The third step is to step boldly into your Scorpio power. You are a sign of transformation. You are the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Every painful experience you've gone through has equipped you with wisdom and strength that others can only dream of. Instead of fearing this season of change, embrace it. Allow yourself to cry if needed. Allow yourself to grieve. But most importantly, allow yourself to heal and rise. Every time you choose faith over fear, you unlock a door to blessings you've been praying for. Finally, and this is so important, expect miracles. Scorpio, you are a deeply spiritual being. You thrive in the dark because transformation always begins in the unseen. What you don't see yet is already being prepared for you. The right job, the right relationship, the financial breakthrough, the healing you've been seeking. It's all aligning. But miracles flow through faith. Hold the vibration of trust even when you can't see the evidence yet. Start making a daily declaration over your life. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I am ready to receive what God has for me. I release the old, I welcome the new, and I trust the divine plan for my life. Speak this out loud every day, because your words are seeds, and your faith is the soil. You are planting miracles with every declaration. Scorpio, this eclipse was never about punishment. It's preparation for a season of blessing so abundant that it will make sense of every tear you've cried. But you have to align with it. Clear the old energy, strengthen your spiritual connection, own your power, and declare your readiness to receive. You are not just surviving this eclipse season. You are ascending. Your blessings are closer than you think. Get ready, because this is your time to rise. Scorpio, your blessings are closer than ever. Trust, release, and step into this new season with faith. If this message spoke to your soul, like, share, and subscribe for more divine guidance. Your transformation is here. Claim it boldly and never forget. God's plan is greater than fear.